Alright, we're changing out our blades on our disc mower. They got kind of boogered up. These blades here, see that or not, but it's got big old gouge in it. So we're gonna, already changed out these two down here on the end. This one here, you see that kind of messed up. And these are not ones that you can flip over. A lot of them you can get a double use out of it. This one here ain't that way. And they're kind of a pain to do. You gotta put it on the back side there. Figure out there's like a left and a right turn, or clockwise, counterclockwise. So you gotta kind of match them up. And I got an extra set here, and they're a little bit longer. They got what they call short and long. When you get the set, you see how much difference it is. About 3/8 of an inch. So I'm gonna try the long ones, see which ones I like better. But some of them, when I get that other blade off, you'll see how bad it is. It's actually splitting. All right, but yeah, you gotta get everything lined up. And they had a little bit of blue Loctite on here on the threads. I'm putting a little bit more back on there because there's no lock washer. Yeah, they won't come out over here on this side. You gotta roll them all the way to the back. You gotta push that back up in there. I guess I could have just set up on the other side, but I was trying to be in the shade a little bit. But you can look at that blade there. It looks like it was two pieces or something. Took and split it right down on that cutting edge and starting to bust that whole side out. So I don't know if they're hollow or what. I ain't never seen a blade like that. But for some reason they're splitting. So that's why I decided to go ahead instead of sharpening them. That one ain't gonna be able to sharpen. It ain't no good at all. So just trying to fold over right there. So ain't much you can do with that. Like I said, you got to match them up. You know, there's an arrow on them. See the arrow there? If you can read it or not. But those are a little bit longer. Yeah, I'll probably save them for a little bit, but I'm going to end up just buying new ones. And I'll figure out which I like better, the long ones or the short ones. I'll see how much a price difference they are. There ain't a whole lot of difference in length, so. And you gotta have, when you put this in, you gotta have that a little bit loose. Oh, I forgot to put my Loctite on. Yeah, I'm just putting a little bit more blue back on there. Just a little bit. Alright, that's half of, well, over half. And this one here looks like it might be right down in that hole. We'll take it out. Let's find out. Yeah, that's kind of a trick. You gotta, there's a little hole back here in the back. Right there. So you gotta line that up. And you gotta kind of spin that blade out of the way. Got a little Loctite on there. And if you got fat fingers, it ain't gonna be easy. Oop. And then whenever you put these on there, there's a little groove right there. That's got to slide up in this. There's a slot up in there. It's got to go in. But you can see that blade there. It's kind of nicked up pretty bad. Not good. Just put a little drop of Loctite on there, like I said. Let's see if we can get this thing lined up in there. Yeah, it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't so doggone hot. If you're mechanically inclined, you can do it pretty easy. And got a few tools. Alright, we got one more to do. Well, that's one right there. Let's see if we can turn that down a little bit. There we go. That blade there ain't too bad. It's got a little bend in it right there, but better than the other ones. Yeah, I'm only not even halfway through hay season. Actually, I've only did one cutting of hay. Hopefully this ain't the way it's gonna go. Could get expensive. Alright, we got one more. That one blade's about to touch. Guess they're straight out, they won't. Alright, that one ain't. I got pretty much one or two blades that look okay. Alright, that's all the blades being changed out today. So, hopefully you enjoyed it.